Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2017's first semi-perfect podcast, the first one of the year. We got a whole slew of wonderful people.
Oh my
Purple people
God.
Salute.
People here.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
I'm so
I'm
happy.
so happy.
He is
Oh,
happier than hell.
Apparently some people were hanging out this weekend because clearly everyone else is like, what? So, first for intros, Sarah, you're in Texas.
Yep.
Why?
Because I'm
Why?
visiting my parents.
Why did you leave your boyfriend?
Because
alone.
I wanted to see my parents and my sister.
As the Bible said, you will cast down your parents in battle and take up hands with a man.
Yep.
And he will be your future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
that's
does
what the
race
Bible
count?
says.
Yeah, he's got a wiener.
Saber's seen it, so I can.
It's
Okay.
very it's hard. I had to
Sure he
really
has.
focus. I had to grab my glasses.
Wait, I'm nearsighted.
Yeah, a farce. Wait, which one would I want him to be? It's far away. All right. We also have Saber and Laura joining us.
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay.
Hi,
and
people.
we have Paleo.
Hello.
And
Hello, Paleo.
and has been announced, folks, Black Griffin has joined the fray.
Yo, man, what's up? I'm Black Griffin.
Oh no.
I thought you were gonna be like he's joined the band, The Fray.
He's joined
But-
the fro, apparently. So, the podcast has begun, and there's a lot to talk about. I don't know if you guys want to just jump right into Pacific PonyCon combo.
I'm down
Yeah,
with
go
it.
ahead. I'll be here.
Actually, I guess real quick, one thing we always do is
Food posts.
food posts. We have a couple. I'm gonna go through those real quick. Starting sheep.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. Alec Greer says he's not going to be able to make it tonight, but he posted a picture of rabbit stew. I get it now. I walked right into that and not. Okay, Alec got me on that one. Good job.
Hey, we got
Also,
Yeah,
PanamaMatt.
What?
And that's him.
PanamaMatt's here.
Jory also posted buffalo pizza with Parmesan bread bites.
Yeah.
Very nice. Then we have Nora with a cupcake.
Nora's a cupcake queen.
She
made
is,
a cupcake
doesn't
for
she?
my birthday that I didn't even get to eat.
Doesn't she make jealousy cupcakes?
She made that too.
jealousy cupcakes. I love those.
Yes. It's the best.
What do you put in a jealousy cupcake?
And those are the food posts. So again, folks, if you're eating during the podcast, which why wouldn't you be, and you get a picture of the podcast in the background, we'll retweet it. So thank you for those submissions. Oh, my transfer just finished. This is so good.
Now we're gonna lose him to editing.
Good night, Race.
No, actually, coming out right when the podcast ends tonight, I'm going to be releasing the first podcast. I'm so screwed up.
The first podcast.
The first vlog of Pacific PonyCon will be going live. So,
Hurry!
and you've seen it here first, folks. The thumbnail that's going to be used for Pacific PonyCon, as Sarah did a fantastic job. Bless you. That made me laugh. Like I opened this up at work and I started laughing real good. I'm like, oh my god, this is just great. Like both facial expressions of the girlfriends,
Mm-hmm. So
the
fitting.
romantic setting. It's just it's
It's
perfect.
beautiful.
It is. It really is. So this past weekend we had Pacific PonyCon, where the four people in the picture, Sarah, Laura, Saber, and myself, went out there and did work.
Yeah, we shoved it, and
We shoved it hard.
yeah,
What did you shove?
our love into the faces of the masses.
Yeah, because we were at church.
That should get you to come to a con.
Oh, I was coming.
I'm talking to the audience, by the way, if anyone's confused.
Oh, they're coming.
They're coming. So Saber and Laura, you guys flew out on Wednesday, and
Yes.
your flight was really exciting because it took you forever to get here.
It was delayed by what?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when they got here, we drove through 2.5 hours of traffic.
No, it was nightmarish. I'm like, LAX isn't that bad to drive through. Oh my god, it's awful.
Yeah. So
and then you get out of LAX and get to the real traffic.
Yeah. And it was rainy. So it was
I
bad.
thought they were going to show up a lot sooner than they did. But then we ended up, you guys finally made it, and we went to Red Robin and had a great long conversation with a host who wanted to keep talking about how bad her life
You
was.
needed to stop talking. It's like, okay, guys, here's a bit of advice. If you work in the food industry, you need to know when to back off from the table. Like, it's okay to have conversations, but at a certain point, you got to just back off and let the people eat their food and not guilt them into like tipping you a higher tip.
I got to admit, she did do one thing that kind of forced my hand. Which I easily could have done the exact opposite, but she helped me out with the little tipping machine, and she sat there and watched me put in the tip, and I was like, I guess
0.00.
I
should have done that as a joke, and then been like, go away.
We did see Rodney Dangerfield there, though.
What?
There was a guy that looked exactly like Rodney Dangerfield at the Red Robin.
I'm not dead.
So we've seen Rodney Dangerfield and Stan Lee on this trip.
Yeah, we did.
I'm surprised 2016 didn't get him.
Stan Lee?
Yeah.
There are more Marvel movies to make. He'll be around.
No, they don't need him.
He'll be he'll end up as the last cameo in like the last Avengers movie. And then he'll die.
I don't know, guys.
He could actually play a death scene.
Oh.
Except he won't be acting.
Right. That'd be really realistic.
Wow. He's really committed. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, that's Stan Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Watch it be like same with Pixar with Ratzenberger. Watch it be that they can't make a movie without them. They're like, well, we don't have them, so we're just gonna close shop.
Oh well.
Oh well. So then Thursday rolled around and we went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Sons of bitch. Oh.
And also, that being said, that's what the first video is going to be. It's like an hour long of us screwing around at Disneyland and then eventually getting to the convention center. But Disneyland, it was raining. And the funny thing about rain is a lot of people sometimes wait for the weather to get bad. And they do that because they figure, oh, no one's going to go when it rains. But there's too many people that have that mindset that it actually sometimes gets busier when the weather gets bad.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it?
That's ironic.
Yeah, so that actually happens.
Proper use of the word.
It's like rain on your Disney day.
Yes. So, can you guys think of any memorable moments there besides "I'm so hippie"?
At Disneyland, I am so happy. I really can't think of any.
We broke down in the Snow White ride.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
Wow.
This is creepy.
I have footage that Disney never wants to get out, but oops.
It's going live in an hour.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they I was just very unapologetically filming when the cast member walked up. To which he went, "Hey, can I ask you to shut that off?"
And you're like,
It was funny because when he passed me and Matt, we had already taken all the pictures that we wanted, and he was like, "So, just letting you know, we would like for you to not take any pictures. We'd like to preserve the magic." And we're just like, "Oh, okay." Even though he had already taken all the pictures.
Magic, free the magic.
And that's what we're gonna do. So, Yeah, no, it was pretty funny because Saber, when it happened, like I was just sitting there joking around, having a great time, and I think Saber, didn't you get kind of nervous? Like, oh my god, what's going on?
I was touching the edges of the ride the entire time, like reaching my hands out, touching the walls, and I'm like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I've heard stories of people jumping out of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and they'll get thrown out of Disneyland for, like permanently. And so I'm touching the walls, kind of reaching out, touching different parts of the ride as we're strolling by in our ultimate wagon. And then the ride's like, it's no, it slows down. I'm like, lights go on. I'm like,
what did I do?
Oh no, they got me. And so I was like nervous. I'm like, that's it. They'll throw me out. I touched one too many wooden panels. And
there is a quota.
What you've done.
Prior to this, like, we were standing in line, and there's a section of the Snow White ride where there's this little like stone like turret with a little window, and outside the window is like a bunch of strollers. And I decided to put my head out the window and go, I am the stroller guardian of the strollers. And I'd like bark at people as they went by. And this one couple went up to get a stroller. I go, I am the stroller guardian of the strollers. Stay away from these strollers. And they're like, ha ha. And I'm like, stay away. And they like, this is our stroller. I'm like, oh. And then I just tucked away.
So he already has a great track record going into this ride.
Yeah. And this was also the ride just before we went on. You decided to headbutt me.
Oh yeah, headbutt you.
Yeah, which we did catch on camera. So you'll be able to see all this.
That being said, Sarah and I were in the car in front of them, and you know, normally when it stops, you'll pick back up. But then we heard a little like chatter over the microphone, and the lights came on, and I thought, well, one of them's not coming back, or both.
Two mice dragged me out. I'm like, Shrek is better.
No, it was a really good day though. Overall, I think despite the crowds, we did really good with time. Really, the only big thing we missed was Space Mountain, and that's because it ended up closing later in the night. So it was kind of a boomer. But we were able to. I think we were able to hit just about everything. That being said, there was actually an announcement
like my
today.
Stepdad.
What?
Nothing. I was just chiming in. He said we were able to hit just about everything. Never mind.
Oh, good. I can hear Sarah sighing all the way from Texas right now. So, Disney, and I want to see if you guys can figure out which rides. Sarah, you can't answer because we already had this conversation. But Disney announced today that they're going to be putting in 2 additional FastPass systems at Disneyland. And they're for 2 rides that obviously haven't had them yet. And Matt, I'm curious if have you heard about this?
I haven't. Have they already gone in?
No, they're going to be going in.
That got one that I never knew would get one.
Was that Astro Blasters?
Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. Yeah,
they've had it in the past.
I'd never seen it before until this last time.
You probably don't remember it because I don't think anyone ever needed to use it.
I know the line's usually 5 minutes long.
Yeah, no, Astro Blasters used to have it back in the day, but there are 2 rides, one at Disneyland and one at California Adventures.
Oh, well, that narrows it down.
And both are rides that I went, oh, good, finally. Especially the one at California Adventures. I want to see if you can figure out what they are.
Cars Ride.
No, Cars Ride has it.
Cars Ride has it. Tower has it. I'm going to say Toy Story, Midway Mania.
Toy Story is getting a Fast Pass.
Finally, that thing usually has a 45-minute line at a minimum.
Oh yeah.
Sarah forgot the.
I can relate. I understand.
Oh yeah, you feel the pain.
Thank God.
I was waiting for more, but it was just thank God.
Now I can see Woody.
Disneyland side of things, I'm going to say the Jungle Cruise.
No, you're wrong. I know the answer.
So.
No, Jungle
Peter
Cruise,
Pan.
No, but that's what Sarah guessed, and that if there's any ride left that still needs one, that is definitely a ride that still needs one.
Autopia.
No, it is a ride that we went on.
Oh, it's the submarine.
No.
No.
The Matterhorn.
Matterhorn.
Yes, Matterhorn.
Funny enough, that
Finally.
one just seems to move.
That
though.
was my fourth pick.
Well, it moved, but Matt, we were in the single rider line.
That's
Even
true.
when you're in the main line, I can think of other rides that would benefit from it more. I'm not complaining
More.
that it's getting it, though.
Besides Peter Pan, what other ride?
No, the subs in the Autopia. Have you seen the lines on those?
Autopia had a 5-minute line when we were at Disneyland.
Oh. Well, apparently they've made it suck because it used to have an hour line.
I hate waiting for the monorail. That needs a fast pass.
That needs a fast pass. They need a fast pass for the bathrooms.
You know, the bathrooms there aren't as clean as I thought they would be. I saw so many failed swastikas on the outside of, like, when we're. I'm serious. I'm
Oh,
serious.
I know. They really messed those up. It's a shame.
I'm like, come on, be a proud Nazi. Do it right.
Yeah,
But-
I know.
These
They're
are just
giving
a pair of
Nazis a bad
brackets.
name.
By the way, did you guys hear about that shoe company where, like, the underside of their shoes, like, when they step in snow, make swastikas? And that is.
What?
I'm serious. They, like, the little, like, under part of their shoe when you walk in snow or mud will make swastikas. And they do a giant recall. I'm serious.
That's good Sanskrit.
Isn't that great?
Peace
wonder
and
that
love
was
be
intent-
with you.
Oh my God.
sweet.
I see
Hell
it.
no.
Yeah, this was just from a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. So Pacific PonyCon on Friday, Saber and I had 2 panels that we were part of. First was the Bronies Rect, which took place just after opening ceremonies. And then we were part of a script reading with Tabitha, Nicole Oliver, and Kelly Sheridan, and several other people from the community. So it was a big old group gathering, and got to have some fun with the script reading. And there was a really beautiful moment in it where Saber and I had lines together, and I had to translate what he was saying while he was just speaking gibberish. And he started cracking himself up during all his gibberish, to which it started cracking me up. And it was just beautiful. It really
Well,
was.
I hate my
Tabitha loves
Spike voice.
creating
Why
moments
do
like
they
that.
always have to make me do Spike? What was that?
I said creating moments like that. She's such a goof.
Yeah, she's pretty great. But whenever I do Spike, I just sound like this. I sound like Danny DeVito. So
I would
Hey,
like to see a
Twilight!
Spike cast by Danny
You know what?
DeVito.
You got the right height, so that's Danny DeVito. And yeah, no, I mean, overall, I'm just trying to remember back through Friday, but it was Friday when we went to Spaghetti Factory for dinner.
Yes.
That was, and I finally
Isn't that
got
what we
Saber.
call cons?
What's that? Cons. I got it.
I heard Franz. I'm like, no, he's from Germany. But yeah, and I gotta say, before I move any further, that we knew that there was a venue change with from last year, and last year all we could do was praise the venue, praise the setting. It just was beautiful. Well, guess what? Once again,
just as pretty.
It was just as pretty. It was on the other side of the bay, and it was fantastic. It was just a beautiful view. It was, I don't know. There's something about San Diego that it's a downtown type of city, but it's really quiet and nice. So
Discovered by the Germans in
I
1945.
wish I could have gone.
Yeah, it's a bump. Pony Lancelot was asking about you.
Yeah.
What?
Pony Lancelot.
Yeah, he was the guy I was contacting. And then I had to contact the other. Well, I forgot the other guy. But yeah, I had been contacting them trying to get something worked out like back in July, but they never really did anything for me.
Well, shoot. Hopefully they're back for 2018 and we can make something work.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Saturday came around and we had another couple panels. We had Who's Line around lunchtime, and it was hosted for the first time by PanamaMatt.
Last time.
Probably the last
Was
time.
it that bad?
I don't know. You tell me. You were there.
You did great. Well, it was all right. It was all right. It sucked.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You're
Sarah,
pretty bad.
Sarah said we all should just quit.
Sarah, that's not very Christian.
I didn't say anything like that.
Okay, she didn't say that.
You guys should kill yourselves, then quit.
No.
One thing that unfortunately happened was, as you guys will see in the Who's Line upload, there were only 3 of us on stage, and it was Saber, myself, and Bvids. We initially actually had plans to have Garnica on stage as well, but he wasn't able to make it. I think he was suffering. I heard food poisoning potentially, but hopefully he's feeling better now.
Beavis cracked me up. I gotta say, I love because Henry. There was one where he did like Granny Smith's voice during, I think it was 2-line vocabulary, and just the way it like this, and talked so softly I could barely understand him, and it just crushed me. It really got me.
Yeah, there were a couple, and then we did Dead Bodies again, and I couldn't hold it together as a dead
Neither
body.
could I.
Oh man. And the problem is that like I hear Saber laughing and it only like prompts me to start laughing, and then I just keep laughing. It was funny. But yeah, hopefully we have plenty of Who's Lines this year with Gabe.
Oh god, I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so,
make
too.
you guys look good.
You do. You really do.
We need a singer to break up the monotony.
Just wait till you see Irish drinking song.
Oh dear God.
It's awful. I love it.
It was beautiful. It really was.
Saber, I blame you for everything.
You sound like my mother.
Does she have that deep of a voice?
Saber, I blame you for everything.
She also calls him Saber.
Mommy, please, not the beating stick.
I didn't realize Draft was your father or your mother.
Both.
What's a progressive
That's
society?
not the safe word.
Jubilee.
So then Sunday came, and so did we, and Saber left. Saber, you had to fly out before our last panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Laura and I had to head out early for that good old west to east flight, and a lovely United Airlines where I've never realized that feeling like a sardine 30,000 feet in the air was possible.
Oh,
How delayed were your flights
I
this
feel like
time?
a sardine everywhere.
They weren't delayed, but still, it was a long flight. Tired, but we got home.
You made it. The panel was actually the
how'd it
voice
go?
actress panel, and kind of like how at Who's Line we didn't have somebody able to make it. Unfortunately, we also weren't able to have Tabitha make it to the voice actor panel
Oh, my.
because
No.
she had a problem.
Yep.
Appendicitis.
Told me about this.
Yeah,
You
apparently
don't hear that often.
Is what she.
she had to get it taken removed. But yeah, it it sounds like she's in good spirits on Twitter and everything, so that's really good to see. But
Glad to hear it.
Canadian healthcare, they're like, we got it out tomorrow.
yeah, and what we ended up doing is I actually had Beavids join me to help
nice.
moderate. Nicole Oliver and Kelly Sheridan. By the way, Kelly, Saber and I hosted her single panel the previous day, and she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
Yeah, if only she had a good character, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's actually really nice to get to know the person behind the pony, because I feel like kind of what like Vincent Tong did with Flash, where it's like, oh, but it's Vincent. You're like,
Well, I mean, Vincent's fantastic. That little Asian bundle of joy. I love him.
I know, and it makes you go like, oh man, maybe I can find a way to appreciate this character. Find a way.
Well, I watched the finale again today, and I thought it was a little bit better.
What's that?
Well, I watched the finale again today for the react.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's not that bad. The changelings are pretty bad.
Yes, the changelings.
Just wait until you guys see how I respond to the changelings. But yeah, the panel went great. It was actually, there was a funny moment in it where we had everybody line up to ask questions, and just a bunch of good questions. So it really made my job easy. But at one point, 2 little girls came up to ask questions, and I'm like, oh, this.
Girls, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
What?
I was like, oh, this is gonna be really cute. They're gonna, ask them some about their ponies. And the first little girl comes up to the mic and she goes, ACRacebest, how are you a great YouTuber?
Well,
You said I'm not.
Essentially, I basically said something along those lines, yeah. But no, I was like, oh, now to take over their panel, haha. And then right after her question, because I gave a little spiel about like, oh, just have fun doing what you're doing and blah blah blah.
give her the old bullshit answer. I see.
The money. Then another little girl walked up and she had a question for me.
Was she littler?
No, she was biggerler. And she asked why I liked Zootopia so much, and that finished
You
the
said, "Have you
panel
seen it?"
because there were only 45 minutes left, and so that was the last question we got.
No.
But it was a really good, really good weekend. Pacific PonyCon, I feel like once again delivered another great convention. Not only with venue, but their staff were on top of it again. And I don't think they had really any issues that I can think of, which, again, when you're working with, actually, they picked up in attendance too. So I'd say probably a success on their end. So yeah, good job to Pacific PonyCon.
To wrap up Pacific PonyCon, I've got some pictures that were submitted by some fans.
Pictures, you said.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm going to go through them now. So the first picture was taken by us, and in there's 3 pieces of artwork that someone made for us, C.284.
Yes.
He drew all of those ponies for us, and we're very happy. And
is he not
awesome.
watching right now?
I don't know.
If they are, then you're gonna get this message. But if not, I C. mailed us something, and it has arrived.
Oh.
So
it was a commission that I had done for him, and he's gonna get it signed by both of us.
Mm-hmm. So that's here, Sarah, and with it, I'm gonna have to take.
Oh, wait a second! Those 2 pieces of art, I brought them home with me.
2?
All of them?
Yeah, all of them are with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll bring them with me, like if we meet up in Chicago in a few months.
You
stole them.
You stole
art thief.
fizzy lifting drinks.
You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, and so you get nothing. You lose.
Thanks.
Good day, sir.
I'm going to award 500 points to Black Griffin there for the Willy Wonka impression.
Change.
I love Willy Wonka.
All right, next photo
Willy Wonka
is from. The next 3 photos are actually from Spartan Luna.
Oh no!
So it's Fire Team Harmony.
Those guys.
I want there to be like a rivalry between you guys throughout the.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to want it.
I hope you throw like some ammo. Well, no, they have ammo. I hope you throw some boom boom sticks.
I'll be throwing.
I'm not sure who everybody
It was
is
funny
in
to
this photo.
see that one of them freaked out Nicole Oliver because they didn't have a yellow cap on their gun.
Oh, of course.
As a Canadian, this scares me.
I know. It's like, oh my god.
Fall back
almost
across the
texted
Maple
her.
Syrup River behind the trees.
Then they got a picture with Kelly Sheridan, which was pretty cool. And actually, then they escort her and Nicole Oliver to their voice actor panel.
Yeah, which I would like looking backstage. I have a little funny story to tell here. So I just got done setting up all my cameras as I typically do for a panel, and it was somebody. I think it was a handler came up to me. Somebody, and when he asked what the cameras were for, and I'm like, oh, they're just for me. I'm gonna upload the panel later.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I don't think you have permission to do that.
What?
At which I'm like, okay, well the panel starts in 1 minute. Why didn't anyone tell me this before?
Yeah.
To which I kind of gave like I'm like, okay, well, did they tell everybody in the audience they can't film? Because last time I checked, that wasn't a rule at any VA panel I've been to outside of script readings. So okay. And he's like, yeah, no, the convention didn't sign like a recording contract thing. Which I mean, the issue wasn't okay, I can't film it. The issue to me was that since everyone showed up right when the panel was supposed to start, I had to run around. Luckily, Sarah was there to help me, but I had to run around and take 3 cameras down.
I took most of them.
I took
he
one
took down one, and like he just stopped recording, and that's it. So I had to tear all 3 of them in.
Okay, so I hit a button. But I was laughing. I'm like, this is why I was looking around for anybody. So like this wouldn't arise. But I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just give it to you.
Then the third photo from Luna Spartan was
Gluten Spartan.
Spartan
Gluten.
Luna.
I heard that gluten.
Gluten is with Nicole Oliver. And then the last photo that was submitted to us is taken by the Loyal Brony, one of our moderators here.
Whoa.
And it's a
this
very
picture.
it's a great picture of the Who's Line panel. With
Are you nursing Race?
Yeah, he's
with his crutch.
Yeah, he's giving me. Yeah, I'm giving him.
The girlfriend's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great because Loyal was sitting behind Sarah and Laura, and I'm curious, Sarah and Laura, what your guys' opinions of this particular game, what you were thinking.
Oh, it's a game, all right.
It was amusing.
It was amusing. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So those are the photos that we got from Pacific PonyCon.
Yeah, thanks everyone for sending those in.
All right, so what are we moving on to now?
Okay,
Actually,
so yes, sir.
Fine.
I don't know if anybody saw me retweet it on the SPP channel or Twitch, but I guess there's new art of the My Little Pony movie.
They're
making a movie?
It's the logo, I guess. But,
okay.
Yeah, let me.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
Whoa.
I
It's just the new
remain
Hasbro.
cautiously skeptical.
Yeah. So there it is. It looks cute. I like the art.
Where is it?
It's in the Discord chat.
We're gonna get all the.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say cautiously optimistic.
I'm sure it'll look just like that.
All right, start placing
Sure
your
will.
bets.
Upgraded animation with their several $million budget.
Terra Strong will be able to build a fortress with her money.
A fortress.
No, jokes aside, excited for the movie. I'm hoping to see Starlight and Sunset meet or something, and Twilight and the Aurora Borealis.
I gotta say, they probably not intentionally in the fact that this was in the works, and typically with these movies, it's like, all right, well, here's our release date. It's not so much based around where everyone else is, but compared to last year, they probably chose a good year to release this movie. Just because of how on fire animation was in 2016, it's like at least
Well,
you'll have
just caught my. That's a spoiler. I'm curious. So don't read the comments because Laura doesn't like spoilers.
I don't.
Nora, is there you just said something about a certain character being in the movie? Is that confirmed?
Oh gosh, now I'm afraid of spoilers.
No, I don't want to look.
There's a bit of a delay, but I'm curious because if there is, then that's really awesome. And got me really excited.
There are a lot of big actors in this movie, but I don't know how many have been publicly confirmed.
So then, the voice of John
C. Riley.
Cena.
Sarah, what would you do if Jack McBrayer showed up?
Oh my god.
Hi, y'all. I'm
I
a
would
pony.
love it. Oh my god. Stop it.
I have a cute story about Jack McBrayer.
Huh?
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So, in Vancouver, they have these workshops sometimes where casting directors will come down and they'll meet with the local, voice actors and stuff, and just kind of, it's a good way to get to know casting directors and for them to get to know you, and it's just kind of a networking opportunity. And one of the casting directors that came up was from LA, and she had casted, there's a good word, 30
Castrated.
Rock. Yeah, castrated. 30 Rock was one of the shows she cast, and a bunch of other ones. I don't remember. There's some CSI Miami or something. I don't remember. But she's a close friend of Jack McBrayer, and she told a really adorable story about him, where he's a country boy. He's from Georgia. And she said apparently there was a time where he went for an audition where he was auditioning for a bad guy, a bad character. And in the script it said that he pulls out a knife. So he brought a knife, that he owned. And he started his audition and he pulled out the knife. I can't imagine him being a bad guy.
Yeah, no.
And they stopped him right there and they're like, "Whoa, excuse me, is that a real blade? No, you're done. Goodbye." And they just told him to leave. They basically kicked him out. They didn't let him finish his audition. And he called her crying. They're like, "Oh, they kicked me out of the audition." And he told what had basically happened is not only had they kicked him out, he had gone out into the parking lot, feeling defeated and embarrassed, and his car was missing.
Oh no.
And what had happened is that this is true. What had happened is he had bought a puppy on the audition. The puppy was in the car. It had knocked the car into neutral because it freaked out when he left, and it had rolled out of the parking lot and crashed into someone's fence.
Oh my god.
So there's a bad day from Jack McBrayer that
Only Jack McBrayer could have a story like that.
most people don't know about.
Wow.
Oh my God.
They need to make a movie about him.
And with full tears in his eyes, he goes, "I can't fix it," and falls on the ground.
God damn it.
And then he said, "I'm going to wander over to the unemployment line."
Jesus.
And there in the unemployment line, he saw Lauren Faust, Gandhi Telekowski, and everybody else who works for Sony.
Oh.
Was the puppy okay?
Yes,
that's the important question.
Yeah, the car wasn't a bad crash. It was just one of those really bad days.
Jack, oh no! Prince Ford, my car!
Oh.
I just have to wonder if we're going to see that as an Allstate commercial now.
Are you in good hands?
Why are you chasing after a car?
No, stop, please.
Wow. I have two topics here that I thought would be interesting to discuss.
Yeah.
The first one is the quicker one, and then the second one I'll have lead us eventually into Q&A.
Is it as quick as BizQuick?
No.
I promise them I'd bring their name up at least.
How many of you
Biscuit,
here?
nice. What, dude? You got the elusive Biscuit sponsorship?
Biscuit? Is that for people
Well,
trying to lay off?
I'm not going to give
for
you
the
any
people
answer,
trying to
but
lay
I
off
will say
pancakes?
BizQuick makes light and fluffy pancakes at an affordable price.
Dude, I love it. Like, I don't want to sound like a sellout, but whenever it's showery and rainy outside, I'm like, shove some Biscuit in my mouth.
That is
Biscuit.
That's what I say. I think it should be the new slogan.
Bisquick, when it's rainy and nasty out,
Shove it in your mouth.
Oh my god.
Give me the water, give me the mix, pour it in my mouth, and mix it all up, and I'll swallow it.
Oh man.
Just like Grandma used to make.
It's a good thing that no one talked about pancakes when I was sitting in Saber's lap.
That's
Oh, yeah.
The Semi-Perfect Podcast. Good family fun for everyone.
Especially those goddamn.
Just shove the podcast in your mouth.
All right, what's the thing you want to ask about?
Semi-Perfect Podcast.
How
Shove it in
many?
your mouth.
How many of you, by a raise of hands? And funny enough, I'm kind of expecting Gabe to maybe know about this.
How are you going to
And
see all of
maybe-
our hands?
Yeah, I do hope.
I have spider senses. I watch Spider-Man. So how many of you know what castoreum is?
What?
No.
Okay.
Castorium?
Yes, castoreum.
What's that?
I didn't
So
see
Cas-
that.
It's a semi-precious metal. It's derived from castor oil.
That's
No,
what I thought.
Shush. Everyone just stop it.
Is it like adamantium or?
No, it's
No,
like
it's,
so what?
it's Valerium.
What this is it's actually something that's been used for natural flavoring of vanilla and I think raspberry also. It like really kicks in the flavor.
Yeah.
So if you've ever had anything with naturally flavored vanilla or raspberry, castoreum, could have been used. It's also used in perfumes because it's the scent. It really, I think it just kicks in like the scent and everything. But would you guys like to know where it comes from?
It's the umami of the olfactory.
This is boring. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
He's getting to something interesting. Tell us
So,
where it comes from. I was just asking.
Castoreum,
Yes, Race, tell us more.
as Wikipedia says, is
Are you getting sponsored by the vanilla company?
exudate from the castor sacs of the mature North American beaver and the European beaver.
Yeah. Yes.
English.
Beaver sack smelled
English.
Beaver
It is
gland.
from the anal glands of beavers.
good. Yes.
I found this out tonight.
Well,
or actually
hold-
earlier this morning.
Hold the phone. Are you telling me that my vanilla wafers are actually penis anus wafers?
Venus anus. Yes.
Venus anus wafer.
Yummy.
Beavis anus.
Beaver's anus wafers.
Well, okay, I'm sure it's synthesized, right? Please tell me it's synthesized, right? It's synthesized.
No, it's 100% natural, genuine
Is-
beaver butt.
Is yellowish. It's a yellowish secretion.
So that's what my French vanilla
And the
looks
way
so
they
yellow.
get this, is they
Hold the
essentially-
beavers down and extract their anal.
No, though they sedate them and then they
and then massage them.
Bite them
they-
first.
they please
They play the
their,
song Muskrat Love, didn't they?
anal glands.
Dear God,
You know
they
what
really do
kids
massage
love
out of the
ice cream?
beavers.
Beaver anus.
I'm sorry. I want to know what guy has that job and what it says on his resume.
Some Canadian.
No, you realize that somebody had to figure this out at some point, right?
I just want to see like somebody grab a beaver and like.
I
try
thought
to-
milk was weird.
yeah,
Wait, tell me this isn't like across the board, right?
In what way?
Like this is like one company that does this. This isn't like all things vanilla have beaver anus.
If you've ever put anything that tasted like vanilla in your mouth,
I've tasted beaver anus.
then you might as well have eaten out a beaver's anus.
Are you serious?
What about like pure vanilla extract from like when you actually get?
No, wait, hold on.
Paleo, fix this.
I'm reading the article. Right
Okay,
here.
okay. Well, now you're cheating. Now, okay. So actually,
Please save us.
no. The answer is actually it's very unlikely. But I guess they used to use it at some point. And
Hashtag beaver anus.
Okay, so
No.
it's found in beaver anus as well. It's kinda
No. No, they used to use this stuff
What'd you say?
for.
You know
it's
what
just
happened
now-
is there was some company outing where the executives of the vanilla company went camping and one of
Got
them
really
one day
drunk.
decided to
How
eat
dare
out
you to suck on that beaver's anus?
No, it wasn't even a
Dude,
dare. He was just
dude.
one night and he's like, oh, that beaver looks hot. And he was trying to eat out the beaver's anus. And they're like, Tom, what are you doing? And he's like, trying out new flavors. And
I have
they're like,
had
"What are you
beaver in
talking
a while.
about?" Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
yeah,
gosh.
no, this is from the Snopes article. It says castoreum is a yellowish brown unctuous substance with a strong penetrating odor with beavers secrete from castor sacs located in skin cavities between the pelvis and the base of the tail, and spray when scent marking their territory. Which
They
is probably
spray
how-
out vanilla icing?
Yeah,
Dude, I want to go to Beavers.
due to the beaver's typical diet of leaves and bark, castoreum doesn't stink as other animal secretions do, but
So-
rather has a musky vanilla scent described as the perfume site Fragrantica as a sharp spreading tar-like note that reminds one of the odor of birch tar or Russian leather. And that when diluted in alcohol picks up a more pleasant musky and fruity nuances. It says that the chance that you've actually put this stuff in your mouth is
pretty low.
not very likely.
Yeah, like
But you may
I was
have
gonna-
sprayed perfume
Aw,
that
that's
has it in
disappointing.
there.
yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
was gonna-
but perfume is more likely.
Yeah.
I
So
was
that's
gonna
why
say, it
nobody
says-
should wear perfume.
It
Bathe
says
yourself in
Doing a
beaver
bit
butt.
of beaver anus.
it says that the annual industry consumption is very low, around 300 pounds. Whereas the vanilla extract from the
Who
vanilla
ordered
bean,
300 pounds of beaver anus?
like what you usually get like from vanilla bean, which is much much more appealing because it's a bean. It says is over
Whatever.
2.6 million pounds annually. So
I still
yeah,
wanna-
chances are you've probably eaten vanilla bean, not
I just-
not
I still want to know how
castorium.
many people have massaged how many beavers to get 300 pounds of that.
I'll give him a call. We'll
Also,
find
it
out.
says castorium is also used to
Seriously,
contribute to
I
the
want to see the guy's
flavor.
resume.
It says castorium is also used to contribute to the flavor and odor of cigarettes.
Oh.
Ha!
That's why nobody should smoke either.
They have
No,
no
yeah.
flavor.
That's the reason.
So yeah,
Yeah,
essentially,
yeah.
the only
here's
reason
thing,
they should
though.
not smoke.
Here's the thing: is that there's still an amount used for food. So there is a company out there somewhere that is like, we got to
Probably
up
Canadian.
Yeah,
the vanilla. So I mean, it is possible. It's just good luck not thinking about this the next time you eat something that's vanilla flavored.
Dude,
Like,
it's the first thing I'm going to think of.
Thanks,
and I will
man.
love my ice cream just the same.
Well, you like beavers, so I mean, we're good.
I like all animals. They're quite tasty.
I agree
Especially
with
their
this.
anus.
this says this castorium has been traditionally used in Sweden for flavoring schnapps, commonly referred to as
Ooh.
beaverhot, literally beaver shout.
Well,
Yep.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
yep.
So if that was the quick topic, what are we moving into now?
All right, so I had this really kind of terrifying dream this week.
Did you die?
And not yet. I had a dream that I was essentially
You
told.
hope will come true.
I hope not, because it was a dream where I was told that I had a day to live. And I was
Wow,
like,
oh my God.
I was like, holy crap. And the problem was I had enough instances in this dream that I woke up and it was still reality that it took me a while to figure out, oh wait, that was just a dream.
Are you
sure
you're not dreaming now?
No. But it made me think, and I talked with Sarah a little bit about this, where because it bugged, like essentially in my dream, all I wanted to do was just like lie in bed and be like, what the hell do I do? Where you hear a lot of people say like, if you had one day to live, what would you do? And I figured, you know what? That'd be an interesting topic. I'm curious, guys. If you found out tomorrow morning you had 24 hours to live, what would you do?
I suppose it depends on why I have 24 hours. to
Hold
live.
on. Here's a question. Have I come to terms with prior to the and go? Or is it more like, surprise, you got one day to live, like you just found out and go?
You just found out.
Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's gonna take me a few hours to be like accepting it, and I'm gonna hate it the entire time. I just know. But at the same time, I'm gonna be like, well, if this is the truth, I'm also gonna question it. I'm like, I don't believe you. And then
I would contact some kind of Make-A-Wish Foundation. I want to go into space.
Nice.
So you are you are a core from Portal.
Yes.
Space.
I don't know. See, like I would want to fight a bear. Like I'm such a sore loser that I'm not gonna let this thing get me. I'm gonna choose my own way out.
Going out on your own terms.
And I'm gonna be like, Harambe, 2017, get ready for something bigger. And I'm gonna do a bat flip over into a grizzly bear exhibit, like crack my neck, like Piccolo, and be like, "What's up, bear?" And the bear's gonna be all sweet, be like, "Er," and I'm be like, "Come here!" And I'm gonna just start.
And then the
punching.
doctors will shout down, "We were wrong. We were wrong. You're gonna be just fine."
And I'm like, "Tell the bear it's gonna be fine." And I'm gonna start strangling the bear. And
I'm pretty sure the bear would kill you.
nuh-uh, I'm a silverback. I'm a silverback human.
What?
Wow.
Laura, stop
That's
doing
racist.
Silverback, you don't have any hair on your back.
And you're also a bit young to be going gray.
Well, I'm dying. So.
well, plus, weren't you the one that argued that a bear would definitely win against a gorilla?
Yeah, bear would win.
Yeah, okay.
You think
Well,
it
you're
would?
trying to argue the opposite. This
Well,
time
dude, I have a gun.
Oh.
Like,
Didn't
what
you
is
like
Why had the
this?
silverback gorilla have a gun?
Planet of the
Harambe
24-hour
did.
apes?
Oh no, wait, that was the people. Never mind, I got confused.
Jesus.
So Gabe,
Fun.
you would fly to space?
I would try to fly to space.
You
If
think
only
you
at
got enough
24
time?
hours, it might be difficult to kind of get people knowing, like, oh, thank you for contacting Make-A-Wish. We'll respond within 24 hours.
Yeah, you're like, all the dudes on my own dime, and you like buy like 1,000 rockets from Hobbytown or something.
No, all he's gonna get are a bunch of those.
I make my own engines.
droids.
You haven't been here in a while. I've actually built several rockets, and the engines are
seen.
capable of 60 pounds of thrust. I could do it.
I've seen the news reports. All right, well, what about Paleo? What would you do?
If I only had like one day,
Yeah.
I'd probably swim with whales.
Oh, yeah,
Get
I've
in the
already
car.
done that.
We're going to the coast.
But Paleo, you should do that regardless, because it's
Yeah, I mean, I want to. Like, I want to swim with like
Paleo,
humpbacks in Hawaii.
you're like, I want to swim with whales, and you close your eyes and you open them, and you're in a water park with a bunch of fat ladies, and you're like, that's not what I meant.
Well, it might work out for him. I mean,
Sarah, what about you?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd start out kind of like you, Saber, where I'm just like having to process it first for like a few hours. I don't even know what I'd do. I'd probably just wallow in self-pity at that point.
Boring. See, what I would do is I would be like, Sarah, I'm gonna come out to California and show you how to live, though we're about to die. And then I'm gonna Jack McBrayer is gonna come out and go, "Oh, don't worry, life has a way." And
What?
what about you, Race?
like I said in my dream, a big part of it was weird because I felt like I could kind of actually like almost live the scenario a bit. Obviously, it's a dream, so there's certain things that just aren't adding up to reality. But it kind of bugged me a little bit where I was like, man, all I'm doing is like I remember going to bed. Like I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed, and I'm like, shit, I wouldn't sleep. Screw that. I don't know. I feel like I would spend a lot of the time contacting people.
I ignore your phone call.
and just asking for money just to test how much they really like me before not telling them anything else. Just be like, hey, I don't know. I'd want to do something crazy. Maybe skydive without a parachute. See if I could land, because I can always land in my dreams.
That's true.
Yeah.
Feet
Maybe-
first.
And
A
let's
little
face it,
arrogance.
after that day, it really won't matter.
What about
No,
you, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, probably get in touch with family, friends, girlfriend, and then probably at
You're
about
like,
the. Well,
I want
you
to
know,
try that thing. Fine.
No, just to talk, just to be
Uh-huh.
there in the moment, experience it, enjoy it, relish what
Enjoy
little
your
time I have left before I shuffle off this mortal coil.
I would
Yeah.
make a
You
YouTube
know,
video.
And make the most of the precious fleeting time that we have left on this planet. Coming to
Yeah, to
terms
make us
with
all look bad.
the whole concept of what reality is versus what we
Matt,
try
stop
to
it.
make
See,
it.
with my luck,
And then
all
hang
of
on,
us-
Saber. This is my 24 hours. You are not going to ruin it.
Wow.
God, I can't wait for him to be dead.
And then in the 23rd hour, I would go to my favorite bar, order everybody around, and then order everybody around again.
You're already bossing me around right now.
No, order a round for everybody.
Yes.
Drinks all around.
I love winning.
And then at about
Drinks all around.
23 hours and 59 minutes, I'd ask for my tab and order one more round for the house.
And then you go, and then you look down and you go, I forgot my wallet, and then you cry.
The last check you should write should be to the funeral parlor, and it should bounce.
You know a parlor? What, you getting your hair cut?
Well, I gotta look good for the.
Put my
My sister wants to
ashes
be shot out of a
and dying-
cannon when she dies.
No, I don't want to be shot with a cannon. Like I want to be put in a giant cup. All right. No, better.
What?
Yet, I got
Disneyland?
no. All right,
Teacups.
it's a little kid. It's a little kid's birthday party, and they're all happy, and they wheel out the piñata, and they start smacking it with baseball bats, and then a bunch of candy pours out. And then they're like, "Oh, sweet candy!" And then they eat the candy, and they go over to the cake, and they slice the cake, and they put the cake on the plate, and they eat the cake, and yay! And then they drive home, and then my body falls out of the closet. See, you thought my body was being in the piñata, but no, I switched it around. It's in the closet.
I
Wow,
knew
so
it. I knew you were in the closet.
You're gonna hang out in the closet for the rest your last day. You're just gonna be like, this joke's gonna be sweet.
Yes.
He didn't come out of the closet till he was dead.
Mentally scar one kid. At least I can live on his memory.
There you go. No,
Q&A.
yeah, we could jump right in. What would Laura do? I didn't hear her answer.
She wants to skip this one.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
She would love to spend her day with her amazing boyfriend.
Oh my god.
And her boyfriend would take
Oh my
her
God,
to
no.
McDonald's and buy everything off the dollar menu.
I'd go see Monster Trucks in theaters this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes, do it.
Did you get the Monster Truck sponsorship?
Yeah.
It's elusive. It's a tough one to get, but they contact.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, Jim hooked us up.
Yeah.
Jim's in bed with the producers. I love it.
Q&A.
Q&A.
Yeah. So again, everybody, you could submit. I don't know if we have a link out yet.
Not
but
yet.
you could
Link!
submit.
It will
Cool.
be put out soon.
Hey, Gabe, question.
Yes, Steven, answer.
Have you listened to Hamilton yet?
Hamilton.
The musical play.
The musical play? What?
Hamilton. You ever heard of it's something on Broadway called Hamilton? Have you heard of it?
Oh, no, I have not.
Oh God, Gabe, that is up your alley. It's this really musical about Alexander Hamilton and just like the revolution in his life, and it's a good bit of music and history. Dude, it is right up your alley. Guarantee it.
Awesome.
Listen to it.
I will. That sounds really cool. I have not seen or heard of it. Well, actually,
Okay.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
Well,
It's hard to see.
soundtrack,
Yeah, you gotta listen to it.
I have not seen it. Da, 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 da.
yeah.
Did everyone see that I bought $300 worth of merchandise from Japan?
Yes.
Zootopia.
Yes.
$300 of not food for orphans. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Have you snuggled with the Judy Hopps
BoJack
Tsum
Horseman.
in Sarah's absence yet?
Have I stumbled? What do you
Snuggled.
mean? Snuggle. Yeah, of course.
I thought he did that with Sarah around.
Yeah, I do.
Fair enough. Fair
Part of
enough.
his kink.
Yep.
Sarah, please tell me you have a Judy Hopps cosplay because
No.
oh,
Why? Gabe,
Good.
tell her why she should. Thank you.
Yeah, Gabe.
All that's
oh, you should because Jeff
answer.
would like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, I thought you were gonna do a Judy cosplay for Reese.
No.
Saber actually put on the hat I have with the ears, and then he pulled up his shorts really high, so it was like hiking up his butt.
Yeah,
And he started kind of dancing around. It was great.
And he's like,
Zootopia won at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best animated film.
Best
Yes.
animated. Woo!
Yes. Now it just
Yeah,
needs
isn't that
to
awesome?
win Best Picture at the Oscars.
Would that be the first time an animated film has won
Yes.
Best Picture?
Yes, it would.
And only the fourth time it'll be nominated, if it's even nominated. I'm not sure.
it won't be nominated.
Why?
Shots fired.
That belongs to Monster Trucks.
Okay, he's got a
Doesn't
point.
matter.
That's a movie for this year.
Movie is definitely gonna go to Monster Trucks. All right, question. Alec Greer is asking favorite Alan Tudyk performance.
What?
Here.
Oh, man.
Watching Firefly. Done.
I'm gonna
Of-
say Ludo from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. He's the bad guy in that.
Of what I've seen, I think it's a tie between King Candy and K2SO from Rogue One.
Duke Weaselton.
Sure, me too.
No, we gotta acknowledge
seriously,
his
he
best role as Hey Hey in Moana.
Right.
Hey.
Hey.
Alec also has favorite Will Ferrell performance.
Oh man, probably
Lord
Elf.
Business.
Oh, true. Lord Business was fun, but I think
That's-
Elf.
Yeah.
Elf was pretty good.
I like him in Anchorman and
Yes.
Elf.
Oh.
He's pretty good in Step Brothers too.
He's good in a lot of things.
There was a sequel.
Talladega Nights.
Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Yep.
Ha.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think on Anchorman.
Yes.
Yeah, he is really good as Anchorman. I love Anchorman.
That escalated quickly.
Discovered by the Germans in 1849. They called it San Diego.
Wells,
I won't see the next part.
Wells, Virginia. Kestrel has a question
Oh my gosh,
asking,
yeah.
are you two... Oh, he's asking Saber and I, are you two headed to Winnie City PonyCon in March?
Hopefully.
We hope so. We always tell people, if you'd like us to be at a convention, make sure that the convention knows. You can just tweet them and be like, oh, where is it?
I already contacted Charlie, so he probably will be talking to us soon.
Now he knows who to avoid. He's like, oh gosh, those guys. We hope so, though. Always a fun time at Winnie City. And last year it snowed like crazy. And it was scary.
I haven't seen snow in like a couple days.
Oh,
Wow.
it snowed here.
What?
Yeah.
Dude. Why? Global warming,
Weird.
man.
Huh.
It's gone
Oh.
now, though.
Oh, it's
We got one
Yeah,
more from
global
Alec.
warming is gone now.
Alec is asking thoughts on. I don't know anything about this. Thoughts on Will Smith possibly starring in Tim Burton's Dumbo.
Yeah,
I
I
heard-
just
I read
looked
about
into it.
Wait,
He
I'm
would
still
be
trying to get behind the concept of
Will
Tim
Smith
Burton's
is gonna
Dumbo.
be Dumbo.
no.
Yes, he is. He's gonna
No.
punch the crow. And go, welcome
My
to Earth.
God, I just looked up an article. He said he would play a father of children who form a bond with Dumbo, which is in itself
That's the stupidest thing.
odd.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
They're gonna add like humans into the mix.
I
That's weird.
guess.
Operation Dumbo Drop 2.
There's a
It's-
human who gets spanked by Dumbo's mom. That
No, this is, guys. Obviously, this is a spinoff of Suicide Squad, where
It's Deadshot.
Deadshot takes his kids to see Dumbo. He's like, "So what are we? Some kind of suicide circus?"
Wow.
Suicide Circus. Guys, I got myself a new band name.
Suicide Circus. Wow.
Suicide Circus.
that's a good band name.
It really is.
Buy me some
Specialize
peanuts
in,
and Cracker Jacks,
smooth jazz, right?
What's the next question?
We got a question from Ozial.
Here we go.
Thoughts on Cars 3 new trailer?
Yeah, there was a new
Here we
trailer.
go. Here we
Have
go.
not seen it.
So Cars 3 trailer, you can tell that Pixar is trying to be like taken seriously now. Like, Cars 2, we can do better. This is Storm Jackson. Or Jackson Storm, which is like the villain in this
Yeah.
one. And I love it because like someone on Arc will be like, this movie, this Cars 3 is about millennials. And it's like, what? How? And what's great is like you can tell they're being serious because like you don't see Mater like Latin McCoy in the background or anything.
You know,
So-
okay. So I saw this hilarious tweet by someone. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. Where they're like, I wonder if they're gonna pull a Sean Connery from Indy 4 and just have like a sepia toned picture of Mater on a desk in reference that he died.
Oh, please.
I would love that.
In the distance, you just hear a gator. No.
It's the exact same thing from Cars 2, where that one like older car died, and they do the exact same scene with it's sad that Mater died, and they just Mater getting nuked in like a refrigerator or something. I don't know.
One of his shorts gone wrong. It's like, oh, yeah.
No, Mater's at a Trump rally. Yeah, get her done. But
Nora has a question here asking, my question is for everyone. If you were forced to get a tattoo, what would it be?
ooh.
Race would have
Um,
Judy hops across his.
Judy would be my tramp stamp.
I'd probably get something Sailor Moon related, like the Sailor Moon Transformation Compact, or either like Sailor Jupiter's symbol, something
Where?
like that.
Yes.
On your
Shoulder,
butt cheek?
like
Shoulder?
arm, upper arm near the shoulder area, something like that.
I would just have them make my nipples black.
They aren't already. I actually have answered this question before, Nora. Not online, but our family asks each other weird questions like that. And what I say is that I would get a tattoo of a mole in an inconspicuous area so that no one knew it was a tattoo.
Like the actual. I thought you meant like the animal mole.
No, like that.
No, that would be interesting. Also, but yeah, like a mole.
And Race.
Oh crap! Sorry, I just died in Panda Pop.
Oh shit.
I would get a tattoo of basketball on my testicles.
Ew.
What?
Ew,
A basketball on your testicles?
Why would you even torture yourself like that?
Did
That
you say?
hurts
Wait,
so badly.
basketball or Nazi logo?
It's a win-win.
I'm gonna say it's a lose-lose.
Yeah, no, how is there... I could get the second win, maybe? But, like, how's our first win?
Basketballs.
What?
Haley, what about you?
I'd probably get a dolphin or something. Or
God.
What? You like dolphins?
yeah.
You should have them tattoo boobs on
No,
to your
tattoo
boobs.
a dolphin fin on your back.
Oh.
A 3D dolphin fin.
Yeah.
You get a 3D printed skin.
Either like a dolphin or something Nintendo related.
What about
I didn't know dolphins were Nintendo related.
Yeah, me too. I've seen Metroid. What's the next question?
We got a question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Someone asked me a question. They said, "Why did I decide to join the crew for the podcast?" Kestrel asked me.
Yeah. Why did you?
I was axed. I was hatcheted by Race, and I said,
Sure, man, I ain't got nothing better to do.
and here I am.
We're glad we can alleviate your boredom.
It actually, you see, we're even now because Gabe asked to be on Brony's React.
That's true.
So.
A long time ago when I
A long time
no
ago.
idea what
I'm
I
glad
was
you
doing.
asked. It's funny because I remember going, Christ, kids.
Yeah.
That's my favorite cereal brand.
It's my favorite cartoon in the.
You guys just hanging around,
So now we're dead.
crossing
even.
the line.
No, yeah, really glad to have you, Gabe. Though, thank you for joining
Thanks.
us.
I'm glad to be here.
I feel like this used to be Jose Munoz, but now it's Jasu Munoz. It says the face when you're mentioned in a magazine and didn't get the chance to get a handshake. I worked at a hotel 3 blocks from yours, so I didn't know about this. Apparently, in a magazine, it mentions Pacific PonyCon, My Little Pony. And from what I can read in the article, it says Bronies Unite. Pacific PonyCon 2017 is trotting into San Diego. For those who don't know, Bronies are fans of the classic animated series My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Guests include YouTube series Bronies React host ACRacebest and cosplay guru Serendipity. You can participate, and then I can't read the rest. But apparently, I was in a magazine.
Huh.
Sweet.
Huh. Nice of them to let you know.
Go figure. That's
Do they use your permission? No. Sue them.
Go fish.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I like this question. Dragon Blade 09 asks, "Hey Race, when are you going to throw Gabe in a demolition car?"
When are you
Yes.
going to throw Gabe in
When?
the demolition car?
Gabe, you don't live that far from Jeffrey, so you should go do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. What? Okay. Specifically, what do you mean by it?
drive in a demolition derby.
Oh,
and
that one.
crash into cars.
Right. I would love to, Jeff, and I should, shouldn't I? Yes.
should.
The
You
answer
probably
is
should.
yes. You should also come and visit me.
I should.
And then we could be even.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm still loving
At some point, it's gonna happen. Rosie Diamond's asking, "What is your current least favorite song?"
All of.
In history.
Everything.
Try everything.
Ah!
Wow.
You said everything, and I was like, "Oh, try everything."
Wow.
What a terrible song.
Sadly, I heard it earlier on the radio today, and I've blocked it out of my memory, so I really can't tell you.
Okay. You have a really good block.
I love when our brains take care of us like that.
You have a
it's
Norton
really
antivirus.
nice. It's the only reason I haven't murdered a bunch of people by now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
No.
Good.
See, what you do is, I have murdered a bunch of people. I'm just really good at covering it up.
Indian Burial Ground?
Yep.
There's one song that I just can't stand that came out of the Brony community, and I'm just gonna call it out here, and I hope I don't hurt feelings. I don't even
just
know.
the brony.
No, I don't know if they actually watch the podcast or whatnot, but there was a song called "Proud to Be a Brony."
Oh, that song.
And I'm just like,
whoever did that should be shot.
with a rubber band gun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, obviously not. I don't know. I've heard some songs that I just despise. I don't like hip hop, rap stuff. It's kind of a broad category, but for the most part, I just nah. I don't know.
Yeah, you know the funny thing is, I know there's songs I hate with a passion, like loathe entirely beyond all reasonable. I hate, but I can't remember them.
Yeah, me either. Like, maybe we just hate them that much that we're like, I don't know the name of that song.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I will remember the second the podcast is over. But oh, that's the one. But no, I mean,
I have far better things to do with my life than remember that which I hate.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather remember that which I don't hate that much, which is my translation for love.
Nice. Just because we're right near the finish line here.
What? No.
Wait, Tabitha St. Germain just blamed something on me, and I have to figure out what it is. That's Black Griffin's fault.
Well, while you figure that out, Kyle Duncan's asking me, so about that Nick Wilde docu. There was a really big body pillow of Nick Wilde, and it actually was really decent quality looking.
Yeah.
But Sarah said no.
Yeah.
What about the Judy Hopps one?
There wasn't a Judy Hopps one, which is why
What if there was?
Sarah didn't want a Nick Wilde documentary.
Yeah. Isn't
No, I
that
did
kind of
not.
a little bit? Just kind
Yeah.
of strange. I can't think of what this person's referring to, but Des Kays, I probably am destroying that name. As a Disneyland fan, what are your thoughts on Escape from Tomorrow?
I don't know. Huh? I don't know what that is.
Escape from Tomorrowland? You mean that like that sort of like rogue film that people filmed within Disneyland?
Oh, is that what it
And
is?
without
Oh.
permission? Yeah.
That sounds
If that's
cool.
the case, it just sounds cool. I want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What a cool idea.
all the stuff on this chair.
Black and white independent fantasy horror film.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool.
That sounds awesome.
And they filmed it in Disney, and no one knew it was going on. They must have
So
had
Jim
really
talked about this. Jim said that what happened. Disney knew eventually what happens, and they were like, "Oh, well, some folks filmed in here." Disney was smart. They said, "Screw it, we're not going to even acknowledge it. Whatever." And the same thing can be said for that, like Banksy, I think, made some like theme park where it's like some dystopian Disneyland or whatever to like make fun of Disney World or whatever.
Yeah.
And Disney never addressed it because like we don't care.
And by doing that, it didn't reach like the
It doesn't
popularity
hit that
that
critical-
they thought it was going.
we
Because
live in a
like,
society where if you reply to something, it makes it worse.
it's the Streisand
Yes, I
effect.
learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Keep your pants on next time, Gabe. No, but I was gonna say,
Sound like Booty Pie.
PewDiePie.
Next time,
80%.
keep your pants on.
He's been channeling his inner Filthy Frank actually when he does those voices. But was that?
Filthy Frank.
He's a big YouTuber. He's like a performance artist. He's really ridiculous. It's insane. That aside the point though, the Streisand effect, yeah, where if you like Barbara Streisand, they call it that because she had a wedding or something, and she said, "I don't want any paparazzi here." No, so obviously all the paparazzi would show up. So it's the same thing where, like, let's say there's a YouTube comment, and I'm like, I hate this comment, and then I sit. That kind of brings to the forefront of all of my other viewers to watch the video, see the comment, and can see me fighting with folks. So
it's like, don't look where I'm pointing.
If it's my objective to not make a big deal out of it, then don't address it.
Yeah, it's kind of like drama on the internet almost.
It is exactly drama on the internet.
Yeah, you just gotta sometimes let things go, which has actually worked in our benefit in the past. Okay, I got the last 3 questions of the podcast. I think some of these will be quick. Joy is asking if you had the choice to meet either Jason Bateman, who voiced Nick, or Jennifer Goodwin, who voiced Judy, who would you pick?
Well, obviously this question's not for you. It's for Paleo. Paleo, who would you meet?
Paleo.
Well, when you said Jason, I thought you meant like
Jason Voorhees.
Voorhees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
because, like
you rather?
this Friday is Friday the 13th.
I
How about Jason Bateman?
I thought you meant Jason Statham.
I would.
I thought you meant Jason Alexander.
I thought you meant Jason.
I would choose to meet Jennifer Goodwin, and I'd be like, "Whoa, you do a really good Judy Hopps impression."
Lol.
Ha!
I say that to Michelle sometimes. That she
I
does a
mean,
good
Judy
Hopps
is
impression.
my all-time favorite character of anything ever. So yeah. Kabari Art Fellows asks, "Do you have my artwork displayed somewhere?" The answer is
Yeah,
yes.
Saberspark stole all of the art, so we've got to get it back.
More like you said,
That's-
Sarah.
that's
I
C-Dot,
know,
by the way.
Sarah,
That is C-Dot.
We were cleaning the room up, and I said, "Sarah," I hold the photos up and you go, "Get that out of here!" And then a single tear dropped from my eye, and I said, "Someone, this needs a good home," and I brought it home with me. and then when I was on the plane, I got a text from you saying, "Did you burn it?"
No,
like,
oh my god.
no.
Shut up.
I'm like, if I was someone who was a Patreon to Sarah, I would unsubscribe and subscribe to Saberspark.
Ask him about his Patreon.
Ask me about my Patreon.
And then the last question here of the podcast tonight is from Stubby, asking if you were going to be on a game show on TV, which would you want to be on?
Or a TV show.
Or a TV show. We'll open it up.
Man.
TV versus game show is a big difference there.
Hmm.
I'd probably go for Stargate, SG-1, or Firefly. We're a TV show.
What? Okay, now you're going full like acting TV show. I'm assuming like some
He
along the line of a
specifically said game show.
Like, where you can win money.
I'm a
You
huge
said open
fan
it up to TV show.
of Steve Harvey.
Are you?
So I would want to be on Family Feud.
You know, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
would
that
probably
would be
do
fun.
that too.
I would want to be on something that didn't require me to have like any brains because
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, I love when they hit bang up the oh.
maybe Wheel of Fortune, or like I always loved those as a kid.
What about Deal or No Deal?
Wait a second. Here's a question for you guys for Wheel of Fortune. My mom about this yesterday. When you spin the wheel, like, can you like just go and like spin it like a couple of like inches?
No, I think
Or-
you have to
Yeah.
give it a
Like
go.
flip if you know the high numbers, the very next one, you just go.
You got it.
It's like you screw up and it stays on like bankruptcy. You're like,
I would like to. I
I
would
there's
do
a
crazy.
contractual rule that it has to make at least one full revolution.
Oh, you know what? Even though it's so cliche, my dad has always told me that I would do really well on The Price is Right, because every time we go to get groceries, I always like guess how much the groceries are going to cost, and I'm always pretty close.
Love it.
Awesome. I like
would've been
watching
good on
fails
Supermarket
on The
Sweep.
Price is Right, where people assume a refrigerator costs like $50,000.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, what? We had a sailor on there who made sailors look bad or worse.
Kestrel said the best one to go on is Amazing Race, and
I agree.
I can't.
fully agree.
I love that song.
Amazing Race.
How sweet
Oh,
the
sorry.
competition.
Me.
Right. Amazing grace,
Race.
how sweet the sound.
That had saved a match.
Wait, I thought it was a wrench like me.
No, it's batch.
Are you a tool?
Yes.
The greatest rendition I've ever heard of that song is the one where the guy doesn't know the words, and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing it."
Oh, amazing.
And then he gets into it. I cried when I listened to that thing the first time.
I gotta
laughing so hard.
watch that again now. Oh,
Oh god.
Our apologies to any of you who are listening along with headphones.
Yes.
Like me.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
noise?
That was me.
I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
Jesus,
that's a rap, dog.
Lord, name of the Lord.
Yes!
Hmm. No.
Laura, watch this later. Okay?
Have you guys seen the Let My People Go, the guy who auditioned for America's Got Talent? He's like, as a pharaoh, let my people go.
Wait, what?
It's if you just search, I think it's America's Got Talent or American Idol, one of those stupid singing shows. This guy goes on who seems like really articulate. You think, oh, he's gonna be good, you know? And he starts singing, and that's how he sings.
I just remembered my my least favorite song. I just remembered it.
What?
X's and O's.
Oh,
Yeah, I can get behind that one.
It's not.
I like it, but I guess I haven't heard it as often because I never listen to the radio.
I like the beat, but when you finally listen to the lyrics, it's such a horrible song.
It's just I heard it one too many times. It was overplayed, and unfortunately, I will acknowledge that it was because of it being overplayed that made me dislike it.
Yeah, radio really does kill songs.
Yeah.
Radio killed the video star.
there's a Beyonce. I think it's a Beyonce song that I heard that I just hated so much, and it was played constantly, and I just like, why does anybody listen to this on purpose?
Was it a recent one?
I don't. I think it's at least a year old.
All right.
I can't remember it for the life of me, and I do think that that's my brain trying to protect me. It was just so bad. If I remember it, I'll start singing.
just watched it. Let my people go.
Yeah.
Let my people go.
That's it.
Let my people.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yes, I think so.
All right, folks. Well, thank you all for joining us here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. We love you guys, and thank you all on the podcast for joining us here. Whew. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. That'll be what day? January 25th, 2017. Make sure you don't show up in the wrong year.
It's not Single Ladies.
It's not Single Ladies.
No, someone asked me if it was Single Ladies. That one's annoying, but that's not it.
And with that, folks, we thank you for joining us here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Them ponies.
Goodbye.